Coach Jim Yarbrough. And Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. It was a much-needed win, but at the same time, there were some guys down the bench that got significant playing time, and by significant playing time, I'm talking about scoring double digits tonight.
Yeah. It was kind of what we said we thought it would be before the game. I think the first thing defensively, I wanted us to see pitch a little more of a shutout. We only wanted to get points, but it was not to be. But we did a pretty good job. We held it to 28% from the floor, 20% from threes, and they shot very well from the line, of course. But they have a very good player in Brandon Likens. He does a nice job. He had 30 points tonight, and I knew he was going to get up 25 or so shots. But Likens did a really good job. And playing against a team that's small like that really presented some interesting matchups for us. But I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. Elgin going down there giving up 9 inches to a guy who's out the guard and chase around him. That's not typical, but it was probably good for him. And we got some contributions and got a chance to find out what the bottom of the net looked and felt like again. And with the exception of maybe a performance or two, I thought everybody did a pretty nice job, and we got better as the game went on. I thought we gave the ball up earlier on the break. I thought we saw each other a little bit. And a game like this, when you play UT Arlington, arguably the best team in our league right now, when you play them, there's no space, there's no time. They take it away from you and your vision, and you can see how we're rushing right now. You can see how a guy like Elgin has great moments, but he has a couple of moments where he has no vision and kind of shoots fast and blind. And so if we can get comfortable and kind of have a better sense of our surroundings and make plays when people take away our space, that's how we're going to be able to compete for a championship. But tonight we had a little extra time, we had a little extra space, they really couldn't guard us, and I thought we started to see some things. We ran a few plays, and we got timing, and we got catches, and we got scores, we got the break going a little bit, and we needed that. I'm not sure if this is the greatest contest right now. 4 or 5 weeks ago when we were playing Louisiana Tech and Monroe, we needed those games. Those were games we needed to play. I thought they were getting us ready for conference. But right now, where we are as a team, what we have to do to get better, this game was very necessary for us. It gave us a chance to run through our stuff, have some success, play through a few mistakes, and I think that if there's one negative right now that really bothers me, I'm going to have to keep pushing hard, is 19 turnovers. And I think we had 9 in the first half, 10 in the second. And I guess perhaps that's a little bit of goes back to Brandon Fortenberry not being here and controlling the ball a little bit better, but and simultaneously trying to get games like this one for Elgin Bailey. You say, well, how can this be a really good contest for Elgin Bailey? He's going against smaller guys and so forth. But you could see there were double teams. They were crowding him. He had to make some decisions. He saw cutters, made a few good passes, made a few bad passes, got blindsided one time. No one called out the double team from the other side, and he gets the ball stripped. And so these games matter because they get us a chance to play and build some chemistry on the floor, which we're in desperate need of. But I thought we put 2 good halves together and a better second half, and came away with the victory we should have, quite frankly, had.
Well, I think one of the ones that's been kind of glaring on the scoring ledger all season has been free throw shooting. Yep. And tonight, granted, only a small sample, but a perfect 6 of 6 night from the free throw line in a game which really was more or less over at halftime.
Well, I think we would have liked to have been more aggressive, but first of all, they weren't going to challenge us because they have a very short bench. They didn't want to foul out, and they're not shot blockers by nature, and we kind of knew that going into the game. But I think Elgin was a little gun-shy, too. Stephen F. Austin, they had guys really move up under him and flop. And you could tell he was looking over his shoulder to see how close the guy was. Was he underneath him? Could he get by him? He didn't want to run him over. And I thought that was really good that he recognized that. But now he's got to work on his arsenal a little bit. And we need to, increase his range of his jump hook and get him scoring even a little bit more. But, not to focus totally on Elgin. I thought Roosevelt, you look at his numbers, had an extremely efficient night, 9 for 11. Jan gets 13 rebounds. And probably the most impressive number, finally, tonight, 28 assists, 12 of them coming from Deshaun Patterson, who had 1 turnover. and 12 assists. That's excellent. So 28 assists. That was lacking badly in these last 6 or 7 games. Usually, we're one of the league leaders in assist-to-turnover ratio, and we have a high number of assists. The offense is built to move the ball and find people, and people to touch it. And we had a double-digit night. I can't remember the last time we had it, but now the real work begins. Tomorrow is a voluntary day for our guys. The arena's open, but no coaches will be here. But I have a sneaky suspicion guys will use the time to come in and shoot and do some things. When we come back Thursday, and the coaches have to get a really good scouting report together, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning, we've got to get ready for our next league game. And, we have a good record at home, but let's face it, we're a little different team than we were, 26 days ago. And, we've got to come out and put our best foot forward. But I hope that a Quinn Cooper can keep this kind of performance going, keep this kind of performance going. And I love the fact that we're winning at home, but eventually, hopefully we can continue to do that. Eventually we have to learn how to win on the road. But right now, we're facing Corpus Christi's 1-15 coming in. And they're struggling too. They're rebuilding mode, first-year head coach. And we've got to take advantage of that. I don't care how depleted we are. We've got enough talent. We've got to have some resolve, and we're going to have to put together some performances. And hopefully this kind of thing gives us some healing of our confidence and get back. Winning solves a lot of stuff, and we know that. And right now, we're just trying to piece together some decent wins that we can get until Brandon gets back. And when Brandon gets back, we're going to have to work together to have chemistry all over again. And put ourselves in a position to bloody well get to Katy, Texas, and have 3 great days there. But right now, it's just a very scary time when you see how far behind we are. But we'll come back and have a very rigorous practice on Thursday. We'll have great review and prep on Friday, and then come back with a lot of energy on Saturday, and hopefully a lot of resolve. And again, how we win really doesn't matter. Winning ugly. But things to be concerned, it's amazing. You win by 40, and you see the fact that you had some problems one-on-one defensively. You had some problems with a few blockouts. We had some problems being able to stay with a shooter. We got to get back to some of those things, and hopefully Thursday will be a very good teaching day for us to point these things out, get good drill work in, get some situations in, and improve ourselves and be the good defensive team we've been through most of the season, up through last week. So, I'm pleased for some guys. Hopefully they'll get a little confidence, and hopefully we'll get some folks will come out prior to or after the Saints game. Hopefully the Saints will have taken Frank Gore and the 49ers and the wet field they're going to be playing on and bury them and get themselves ready for a championship game. Everybody will come out afterwards in a good mood and come support us in our first home game in league play.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck as you get ready for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 6 o'clock on Saturday evening here at the University Center.
6 o'clock. Hope to see you then.